In a week, America has turned into a war zone. The murder of George Floyd has uncovered. The deep-rooted hate still lives in this country. The first protest began on May 26 in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Since then, the protests have expanded to other states. Most participants protested peacefully, while others have turned the opportunity as a way to gain. Rioting and looting have turned the cause into a negative. All this happening as we're in the midst of a worldwide epidemic. All this happening as the rules of social distancing get ignored. All this happening as COVID-19 takes the lives of 109,000 Americans. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Douglas Leland. Tonight we start with the dysfunction of America. In a little over a week, we went from fighting a virus to each other. Friday, Derek Chauvin was charged. On Wednesday, the 3 remaining officers were also charged for the murder of George Floyd. Most protesting for the right reasons. As temperatures run high, lines have been drawn, signs have been taken. Where do you stand? While others came to test the powers that be, at one point succeeding, as the 3rd Precinct police station in Minneapolis was taken over and set on fire. Since then, protesting, vandalism, violence, and rioting has spread throughout the country. And the spread of COVID-19 continues in America as the mark reaches 109,000 casualties. The reopening of America continues, but so many questions remain unanswered. How long will this go on? Will things ever get back to normal? Will you go back to work? Will I go to karate class? Will I go back to ballet? Wait, ballet? I don't do ballet, dude. Who wrote this? Whatever. Will I go back to school? Will you go back to college? Right now we are being joined by Alexa Acosta, a student at Florida Atlantic University. Alexa, thanks for joining us. As COVID cases continue to rise, are you ready to go back to school, or would you mind homeschooling?
Thank you for having me, Doug. Although I enjoyed homeschooling and I enjoyed being home with my family, I do prefer being inside of a classroom working as opposed to at home. There's a lot less distractions and I'm more capable of getting my work done on time.
What is your gut feeling? Do you feel like you will walk on your campus this August?
My gut feeling is that we will step foot back on campus. I think that they anticipate doing that for the fall semester. I know a few schools are doing hybrid learning, meaning that some classes will be on campus as opposed to other classes. If they can be done online, they will be done online. We will definitely do it as long as we know that corona is no longer contractable.
If you don't go back to school, what will you miss about college? If you do go back to school, what will you miss about quarantine?
If we don't end up going back for the fall semester, I'm definitely going to miss my friends and my family, of course, that lives in Florida, the beaches as well. There's nothing like the Floridian beaches. And if we end up going back, what I'll miss about quarantine is my family up here in New Jersey. And we made the most of quarantine even though there was only so much we could do. So I'll definitely miss them, of course. And just being home and not having many responsibilities, that was also a plus.
Alexa, thank you, and I hope you get what you want. And here's our meteorologist, Arya Monroe, with the weather. Sometimes you wonder how people keep their jobs. Must be nice when your dad owns the station. What? Those who don't know, we have a sportscaster at the station. We had to lay him off because there were no sports due to the virus. Right now we are being joined by Will at his home in the Bronx. Will, how are you? I'm glad you got unemployment. What's new?
My friend, how you doing, man? You know, you don't need to worry about me, man. My name is Willie Felipe Colon Zapata, el hijo de Doña Cata. So we okay over here, man. And yes, I taken my unemployment check, and I also got my stimulus check. María, y esos niños. Sorry, though. But you know, when you got 6 kids, huh? Perdón. When you got 7 kids, that stimulus check is very nice. So, we okay. I get more money from the government doing nothing than I get at the station. So, we okay over here, man. We okay. And I'll be back next week. That's the story. I'm Willie the sports guy. And that's it.
Will, see you soon. Is that cold? Wow. That stimulus check must be good. In sports. The NBA has proposed an NBA Finals that would start in October. They plan to start the season July 31st in Orlando, Florida. Major League Baseball is having trouble starting the season. Players are fighting for salaries and owners want to cut back. Out of all the major sports, they have failed to get their act together. Will we have baseball? We'll see. And that's all for this week on DLS News. I'm Douglas Leland. You stay safe, and I'll see you next week. Good night.